Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today is Friday, September 20th, and this is episode 26. My name is Christina, and this is Home of the Wildflowers, my channel where I talk about all of my cross stitch progress. So this video is probably going to be pretty short and sweet. It's been 2 weeks since my last one, and I don't have a ton of progress on any of my stuff. Obviously, with going back to work, my stitching time went down, so I used to get probably between like 500 and 800 stitches a day in, and now I'm like maybe 200, like literally 100 to 200 stitches a day. So I definitely don't have a ton of progress, but I am happy with what I have gotten done so far. So we're gonna jump in. I have one FFO, one FO, and 3 whips that I worked on in the past 2 weeks. So we're going to start with my FFO, which is a fully finished object, and this is the piece I showed you last week called Dreaming of Summer by Love Poppet, and I fully finished it, and I'm going to try and tilt it so that you don't get a huge glare. But yeah, there's glares like no matter where I put it because it's got glass in it. But that is my fully finished piece, and let me see if I can bring it any closer. Just you can see my window in the reflection, but let's see if I can tilt it. No, not really. You're gonna get that glare because the window's right in front of me, but this is how it ended up looking. So this is just like it's a kind of like a rose gold frame that I got from Michael's, and I thought it worked really well with the colors in this piece. So let's see if I can and I this one I laced. So I watched a couple of videos on YouTube about how to lace, and I ended up trying my hand at lacing. It went pretty well. The back is not fully finished. Like I put it in, and then this was just like the paper piece that was in the frame. I just put it on the back for now. I do need to get like a like the paper, the craft paper to put over the back, and then I need to get some hooks or something to hang it. But yeah, this was just a frame that I got at Michael's, kind of like a rose gold frame. I saw it was like on sale, so I picked it up, and I didn't even know it would fit this, but it actually works like perfectly in this. So. And my lacing is not perfect. If you can see at the bottom, like the fabric is not like perfectly straight, but I think for my first try at framing, I think it looks pretty good. And like from way back here, like you can't see that. So yeah, anyways, that is my fully finished object. So next up we have a finished piece, which I finished shortly after I did that framing. So I showed this to you also in my last video, which I was working on it then, but I finished the March piece from Cressetta Go-Go. I started this one on May 9th for Mania, and I finished it on September 10th. So now I now have 3 out of 12 done. I have January, February, and March completed, and then you'll see the next piece I worked on. I did start working on April again. So I do really like these flowers. They're my favorite part of it, I think. Yep, that's March. Okay. Then next up we have April from Cressetta Go-Go. So this is in my Q-Snap because it's something that I am currently working on in the evenings. So this is where I'm at on April. So when I first pulled this out, I just had like this carrot, and then I had the roof of the house in, and I started working on April. And once I put April in, I realized that my carrot and my house were all like 4 stitches too high. Like I miscounted off of these side white pieces, so I had to rip it all out. I put the carrot back in, but I didn't put the house back in yet. So it's not fun to realize when you first pull it out that you have to basically frog everything that you had done before, because that's all I had done was the carrot, the roof of the house, and then like this corner. And in retrospect, I probably could have just frogged the corner piece instead, but I had already started putting April across, lined up with this piece, and so I didn't want to have to take the words out, so I just frogged down here. But that is April, and these are all on a 36 count Edinburgh linen in flax, and I'm stitching with the called for DMC colors, and I'm doing 2 strands over 2. So, there we go, April. So next up, I was craving a little bit of monochromatic stitching, so I pulled out my Long Dog Samplers pavane for these times, and this is where I'm at. And my threads, when I stitch with one strand, I leave because the back is so tight, I don't weave under. I just leave the thread, I'll pull the thread over from where I finished off, and then as I'm stitching like the rest of it, it will cover it on the back, and then I'll trim it from the front. So that's why these threads are there. But I added this piece here, I finished off the bottom of this vase here, and then I started this plant down here. I did 353 stitches on this. I forgot to say, on April I did 498 stitches, and after I calculated that today, I kind of felt like I should have done 2 more stitches just to make it an even 500, but yeah. Okay, so that was pavane. And then the next thing I'm going to show you is the project that I have. Oh, you just saw my dog. The project that I have at my desk at work, and I work on it on my lunch or on my breaks. So this is, oh, here's the thing. It's May I by All Through the Night. This was also a Mania start. I started on May 3rd, 2024. And this is where I'm at on it now. And there you go. So I'm going to try and just fold it up so I can point out what parts I did. So I brought this tree down and did the leaves on the other side. I added this little squirrel in. There's a little bunny down here that I added in. And then I did all the I don't know if they're like apples or flowers of some sort, but I did all of those. And then I did this plant down here. And then I started in on these sunflowers. So I did, this was the one I got the most stitches in on, because I try and stitch on my lunch break every day if I can. It depends. Sometimes I don't get the chance to, but I did 774 stitches on this. So that's where I'm at now. So those are all the pieces I worked on in the past 2 weeks. It's not a lot, but slow and steady. So for coming up, I'm going to switch. So I'm going to leave, basically I'm going to have 3 projects. So I'm going to have one that I keep on my desk for breaks, and then I have 2 that I work on in the evening. I alternate, like, depending on which one I feel like doing. So I think I'm going to keep April for the evening. That's why I left it on my Q snap. So I'm going to keep doing that one during the evenings. And then I'm going to change out my desk project and my 3rd project, but I haven't decided which ones I want to pick yet, so I guess that will be a surprise for you guys next week to see which ones I decided to go with. But other than that, that's all I had to share this week. Life updates. We haven't really done a lot. Last weekend was a little bit busy. Saturday we had my nephew's birthday, so we went to, my sister was having it at my parents' house. Went to my parents' house. We celebrated my nephew's 3rd birthday, and it was really good to see, like, all of I see my, like, immediate family, like my parents, my siblings, pretty often, but I don't see, like, my extended family as often. So it was nice to see all of, like, my aunts and uncles and cousins and stuff. And then there's so many kids now that Violet had so much fun just playing with all of the kids. And then Sunday we my sister had a barbecue, so we went over for that, just in the afternoon, and then we didn't stay very late. We came home around like 7 so that Violet could go to bed, but and because I had to work the next morning too, but that was fun as well. Coming up this weekend, there is at a mall near me, they do a big used book sale, so I'm planning on going to that probably tomorrow. And then on Sunday, Violet will be starting her swimming lessons again. She's already done like 2 sessions of swimming lessons. They go by like age right now when they're this young, so she did like level 1 twice because she had passed it, but she wasn't the age. She did it once, she had already like passed it, but she wasn't the age required to go to the next level, so we did it again just so she could stay in the pool and stuff. And then so she's gonna be starting the level 2, the toddler level 2 now, so that should start on Sunday. So not too busy of a weekend, but we do have a few things to do, but that's about it. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and if you did, I would love it if you would like and subscribe, and as always, leave me some comments below and let me know what you're working on or what project of mine you like, and I will see you next time. Bye.